making this video because I was addressed on Facebook. Yep. I was addressed on Facebook about a video I did. And so I'm coming on and addressing some things and getting things straightened out. Because what I'm not going to do is come on here and not have my facts straight. That's what I'm not going to do. Y'all remember me making that video last December. It was a video titled Fake Friends and Family. Remember that video? Well, I was just addressed on Facebook about the video. Okay? And the approach that I got was very disrespectful and very rude. First of all, I would like to say that when I made that video, it was old. That's an old video. That was made in December. Like, that should have been addressed, the concerns I had. Second of all, the way I was addressed was aggressive. Somebody got the facts, misconstrued, hopped on a video, addressed me like I wasn't going to address you back. Like, I don't know what you thought this was. I made the video. But the way it was presented was messy. See, I been made that video long time ago. And I put it out there, what I saw, what I liked and didn't like. I'm standing 10 toes down of what I said. I'm not backing out. Like, what the hell? I wouldn't have never made the video in the first place. Second of all, it was titled Fake Friends and Family. I was not talking about mother. Okay, so let's address it. I made a video about my son's, my kid's father's side, their grandmother. And I was talking about what I saw when I went to go visit her. And I didn't like what I saw. Period. Point blank. Okay? When I went in her room, she addressed some of her concerns. Period. And my heart was just like, dang, man. Like, I was upset. I was angry and emotional all at the same time. Because this lady, I've been knowing since I was a teenager. A teenager. Let's get that fact straight. I met my kid's father when I was a teenager. 15. Actually, I wasn't even with my kid's father first. I was friends with his sister first. And we met her, me and my other friend, in high school, summer school. So I was actually her friend first. And then I started dating her brother. Let's get that fact straight. The second fact, I was always there. You said something about you were never there. You don't know nothing about 89. Are you serious? I was always there. The fact that you didn't see me there don't mean I wasn't there. The fact that you didn't see me there don't mean I wasn't there. Let's get that straight. I was there. Go ask your brother how much I was there. Because according to what you don't want to believe, we was around him more than we was around you. We was around him and his baby mama because I was so young, 15, 16. We couldn't go nowhere. Nobody would let us lay up. So he went to his cousin's house, which was your brother. And we used to stay over there with his baby mama. Second of all, I was there doing the parties. Yeah, I was there. When everybody used to come up and pull up, you wasn't there, but I was there. Third of all, you didn't do the same kind of drug we did. You're trying to throw my story out there like that's a flex. I could tell my story. I've been telling my story. Unlike you don't know that because you don't watch my videos, but I supported yours. In fact, I was one of the first ones that congratulated you on your recovery. I was the one under your comment section saying how proud I am of you. How proud I am of you, of your turnaround. So when you address me and then you go say, well, you could have called somebody. You were the first person I called. You were the first person. And when I tried to talk to you about it, what did you say? Oh, I know it's been like that. I've been fussing and stuff like that. I've been burnt up. But anyway, I'll hit you back. You didn't even want to go into detail about it. When I first called you, how do you think I got your number? I reached out to you first. Second of all, I've been talking to my mother-in-law about this. This ain't no secret. Ben. In fact, we have a plan. When my daughter goes out there to see her grandmother, which is blood, when she goes out to see her grandmother, we have a plan for my mother-in-law to come back with me. Come back with my daughter and she can stay with me. She can stay with me. And we can do what we got to do. And the third of all, the video was dropped to somebody else that I had problems with. See, this is how I know it's messy. And you guys, she got at me without even looking at the video. Who does that? You're going all off on, you don't even know why. If you would have watched the video like I watched yours, you would have knew I was not talking down on Mother. I was lifting her up and saying how she is a pillar of the community and how she holds so many people down and how it's messed up. Her house is like that after all she did for people. The video, I threw that in there. The video was for who it was for. And you know how I could tell it's a mess? Because I made that video in December. I just dropped it to somebody else that I was having problems with, right? And I was telling her how I didn't like her ways or whatever. And if she wanted more detail, I dropped the video to her. The messy part is she went and dropped it to everybody else saying I was talking about her. Nobody was talking about her. For anything, I was addressing the fact that I was hurt when I came and seen her house like that. You talk about, that's your grandmother. You're right. That's your grandmother. You should feel the same way or even madder about the situation. Then she goes on to say, because we had a conversation, because when she dropped that video, she acted like she didn't have my number. She had my number all the time, but she wanted to address it since I addressed it on my video, my channel. Now, I don't care if anybody heard it. That was what it was for. It was for people to hear it. But didn't nobody respond when I dropped it? Way in December. Like, if you want to be mad, I dropped that video. What? That's an old video. But it don't matter. I still said what I said, and I stand 10 toes down. Oh, what I don't backtrack for nobody. If I can say it once, I can say it twice. Talking about, oh yeah, and you did pills, and just run them amok, and you ain't even heard the video. Yeah, I did pills. So did everybody else. We partied. Somebody was on one thing or another. We all came and partied. All of us. But you know who wasn't there? You. You wasn't there because, like you said, you was in your addiction. But I was around. Because my kid's father was jealous of me. I couldn't have no friends. So guess what? Everywhere he went, I went. And he stayed on 89. That's just where he would go. So everywhere he went, I went. He didn't trust me to have friends. We were young. Like, what are you saying? I know for a fact if he was still alive, Mother House wouldn't be like that. I know a fact for a certain individual still alive, Mother House wouldn't be like that. The only reason why you upset is because it's other people in there that's family. And it looks bad. It really does. It looks bad. And y'all might be embarrassed. Okay. So let's do something about it. I don't want to hear, oh, mother, no, she like that. No, she don't. She confessed to me she do not like she do not like her house like that. Her house never was like that for years. Like, when we got on the phone, she said, Mother House, no, it wasn't. No, it has not. In fact, when your grandfather just died, I was over there. It was not like that. It was not like that. 4 or 5 years ago or something, it was not like that. I know how Mother House was, and it wasn't like that. And if she let me in her house, I don't have to have permission from you or nobody else. I go directly to the source. I don't answer to you or nobody else but God. But God. So all that rah, 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 that goes in one ear and out the other, honey. Until I see action, that don't impress me. That don't impress. I don't fear nobody on this earth but the Lord. And he is not of this earth. I don't fear no human on this earth. I don't know what you thought. Second of all, you was older. You wasn't around us. First of all, your drug of choice wasn't what we did. And you were much older. And when I look around, when we was young partying and everybody was on 89th in the middle of the street, you was not there for multiple parties. In fact, you don't even know my mother took your cousins when I was in EC, took everybody camping. We was one big family. Did nobody say, oh, Toy, you not family. You can't. What? I've been knowing mother 60, since I was 6, I'm 42. I have a right. I have a right. Because it pisses me off. That's not right. She shouldn't have to live like that. You're right. She owned her own house. 5-bedroom house. Took care of everybody. For her to be in the bed hurting. You don't care about mother. You care about the image. I don't give a fuck about the image. I care about her. I'm not here to cover up what people ain't doing. She combined in me, the Holy Spirit combined in me. Take it up with God. Take it up with God. That's why I came to you first, because I was like, okay, you're turning in a leaf. You're doing things differently. Maybe if I could come to you and tell you what's going on with mother, we could have a conversation and have dialogue. You dismiss me. Actually, after that, that's when I made the video. When I reached out to you first. And wanted to talk about it. And what did you do? Dismiss me, tell them, oh, I'll call you back. Never call back. I was like, well, damn. You would think by being her granddaughter, you would want to hear what's going on. Like, what? What is we doing? We 45 and up, pushing 50, and still on the same shit. Still on the same shit. Why wouldn't you want to hear about your grandmother? I wasn't gossiping. I'm trying to let you know the facts of the matter. But you said, oh, I know. I was burnt up and I cussed everybody out. Okay. And what did I do for mother? What did I do for her? It didn't do nothing. It didn't do nothing. How about you want some tangible solutions? How about we all chip in and come move all that clutter and box, sit it on the outside on the road and have the county come pick it up? How about we do that? All that clutter, all them boxes that's in the living room, you can't even, if it was a fire, people will get hurt. If it was a fire, that's a fire hazard. Mother couldn't even get out the room because stuff in boxes is all everywhere. Like, what is we saying? Oh, this video might fall into the wrong hands, and somebody can misconstrue it and call what, elderly abuse hotline? What? Like what? And if you know that, if it's that bad, then why aren't you doing something about it? I already know the ones that have took mother. I know the ones that took mother under to their house and put in some work. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that's in the house right now that's not helping. That's who I'm talking about. That's whose mother is talking about. The ones in the house. That's not helping. Why do I have to go over there and she confiding me that her legs is swollen, she haven't walking? Obviously, she wanted someone to know. Obviously, that wasn't family that she knew that it was going to get out. Because let me tell you about something about my God, baby. You talking about your God, my God. Nothing happens in life by mistake. Everything is spiritual. And everything happens how it's supposed to happen. Period. I was supposed to go there. I was supposed to see that. And I was supposed to drop the video. Like my God said. I mean what? I am an empath. I can go into a situation and live through other people's shoes. That's what I am. I can feel other people's pain. I can walk in that lady's house and say, oh, hi, mother. And she told me all that and say, okay, and leave and say, oh, well, she liked it like that. What kind of this is that? She don't like it like that. She don't like it like that. And I confided in my mother-in-law, and she was mad. As she should be. As anybody should be. And we discussed it, and we said, well, when my daughter goes to visit you to take your great-grandbaby, you can come back with her and visit your mother and see for yourself. I don't have nothing to lie about. I have nothing to lie about. And I'm not protecting the ones that's in there, neither. Because that's what people seem to, that's all it is. Because even when I went, what's she doing over here? Ooh, they already know it's wrong. People know. People know it's wrong. And they don't want outside eyes looking in. That's going to get out. Talk about, why do you care? Why don't you care? Why do I care? Because I have the utmost respect for that woman. And I think of her as my grandmother. I seen my grandmother suffer. And I couldn't do nothing about it. I'll be damned if I see someone I respect and love for years and years tell me something and I don't do nothing about it. The only reason I didn't jump when I did is because I had to leave. But I told her I would come back. And we could do it. I don't have to wait on my mother-in-law. Soon as I get a car, I could go right back, garbage back. She ain't got to spend nothing. Nothing. I'll get it all. Garbage bag, gloves, cleaning some, whatever. I'm not rich. But we could go to the 99 cent and get some stuff done. Sit some stuff on the curb, have Oakland City trash come get it. I ain't never seen Mother House dark. You know, that is depression. You wouldn't want to sit in a dark room all day, hurting, and have a house full of people that's not tending to you. What are you talking about? Like, what are we doing here? It is elderly abuse. Because she don't like it like that. I ain't never seen her house dark. Curtains and darkness bring on depression. And if you was a woman of God, you would know that. You would know that cleanliness is next to holiness. If you had your discernment on, or is it about protecting the people in the house? Because yelling and screaming and cussing people out, that ain't gonna do nothing either. It has to be on mother's watch. And if mothers say they can stay, then they can stay. I'm talking about cleaning the house up, cleaning it out. And after that, if she want to put people out, she can. Because like I said, I'm not ashamed about being homeless, baby. That's my testimony. I wouldn't have made a channel if I was ashamed and put it on there. I'll let everybody know. That's the beauty of it. God brought me out. That's the whole thing. I'm never ashamed to say I was homeless 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times. So you dropping that in like, oh, she ain't never. I never said she was. I said she owned her 5-bedroom house and raised generation after generation in that house. And it's not fair for her in her late years to be in that room depressed like that. That's what I said. I said, even my daughter and her baby is going to go see mother. She's up in age, y'all. She's up in age. None of us know when we're going to go. But she is up in age. And she's not doing good. From what I observed. Now, I don't know how things are now. But what I observed, she was in pain, she was depressed, and she wasn't feeling it. And she let it be known. And I let it sit on my spirit for a minute. And God said, no. I don't care who says them. Do the video. It ain't right. I hope that things are better. But if it's not, like I said, I'll be the first one to volunteer. I'll be the first one. I'll bring all my family over there and boys and all, and we will help mother, whatever she wants to do. Move boxes, whatever. Because it's about her. It's really about her. It's not about you. It's not about the family. It's about her and her well-being. And that she's up in age and she shouldn't have to tell me. First of all, she didn't have to say nothing. I saw it when I walked in. Because I have that discernment on me, baby. I saw it when I walked in. I already knew. I already knew what she was going to say. I'm an empath. We feel other people's pain. We can put ourselves in other people's shoes. We don't like to see people suffer, especially people that has been good. And it has been a blessing for that family. She's the glue. Without her, the family would have been fell apart. That's why I'm so upset. Like, without her, where would y'all be? You know, she don't have to let nobody stay in there if she don't want to, but she don't want to be alone either. I don't blame her, but she needs to have the right energy around her. It seems like everybody in that house is depressed. And it's a depressing spirit in that house. And the only room that feels like, you know, God is in there is her room. It ain't right. God says, speak out, cry out, spare not. Cry out, spare not. You have a problem with that, take it up with him. I ain't never been back down from a challenge. I ain't never like, what? You want some tangible solutions? Let's all, like you said, let's all figure something out. Right? Pick a date. Let it be known and let everybody come over. Whoever show up, whoever don't. But I damn sure want to see you. It ain't right. You selfish. It's not right. I called you first. You was the first one. So all that rah, 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 I don't want to hear that. Because you was the first one I called. And you didn't want to hear me. And like I said, the video was made for other people. I just put that out. That was the right time for me to vent, to put that out. But it was made for other people. I just was upset at that moment and I put that out. But I was going to make a video anyway addressing it. So when I said fake family and friends, I wasn't talking about mother. I was talking about the other family member on his dad's side. I sent it to her. So that's how I know it was messy, because I sent it to her recently. Y'all just now did this video. I've been making this video in December. If it was that important, why wasn't it addressed when I made it in December? The only reason why I dropped that video to her is so she can understand where I was coming from. I did not say, oh yeah, by the way, send it to everybody on 89. According to her, she's not 89. Her family is not 89. So I don't know why would she put that out there as being messy. Matter of fact, I can't even fault you all the way, because they know who to call when some mess want to pop off. They can't see it themselves. That's what narcissists do. They need other people to have a game with, to say, see why I don't like her? That's a narcissist move. I've been studying narcissists for the last 4 years. That's a totally narcissistic move. Even though I put the video in about 89, I dropped it to her and for her ears only. That time, that was just recently. So it was put out in mess. So if you want to be messy, and this is why I don't mess with you now. Because you put that out being messy. Not saying, well, I don't know what the video is about. You put that out being messy because you didn't want to feel target alone. But my thing is, why get somebody else to talk all that? You got something to say it to me directly. You don't have to put somebody in it to make a whole bunch of people hate me because I'm addressing you and your bullshit. The video, like I said, was made in December. Why wasn't it addressed then? Just nobody cared. But since I sent it to this individual, she felt like, oh, okay, well, you getting at me, so let me drop the video to everybody I know on 89 so they can hear you talking shit about 89. Like, it's messy. That's not what I was given. And the people, that's how I know it was messy, because the people that know me know I don't do shit like that. I'm not malice like that. I don't do messy shit like that. So, like, I mean, you dropping bombshells. Don't even care. Talking about, oh, my cousin, he left this earth. You don't care. How you care, but talking about their mother? And my kids is old enough to go on social media and listen to this shit. That's so disrespectful to their father. So disrespectful. How you say in one hand, God rest his soul, I love him to death, but talk about their mother on a like, who does that? And like I said, I was the one that was one of your biggest fans rooting you on. I was the one under your comments, just pray. That's the enemy, pray. That's the enemy. But it seems to me that you let the enemy sometimes win. By not watching the video and then running your mouth and you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Who does that? Don't watch a video and just pop off. That's ignorant. That's not of God. Unlike you, I watched your video. And so all the concerns you addressed me with, I mean, all the things you said in that video, I'm addressing it now. Because I listened to the whole thing. I didn't come to a conclusion and just start, listen to 10 minutes and just, like, what? We are 40 plus. And like, nobody has time for that. I'm on my healing journey. Yes, God is working with me. I am not no saint. But one thing you're not going to do is disrespect me, because I have never disrespected you. You may not like me, but you're not going to disrespect me. Yeah, I did what I did. I lost my kid's father, and on top of that, my child was autistic. We all did it. I partied with your cousins. We all was doing it. So if you're going to tell my story, tell it right. God be the glory, he delivered me out of that addiction too, just as well as he delivered you out of yours. You're not better than me. Nobody is better than nobody. That's another thing, you guys, I'm going to drop a video on, because homelessness, everybody about to be homeless with Trump running. Everybody be about to be. And if it wasn't for mother, they would be homeless in that house. So that's not a flex neither. At least I relied on God to get me out and pray my way through that. Being homeless, clean, and still being attacked. I got other shit in my life I gotta worry about. Deeper shit that's going on. I'm not about to go back and forth. So like I said, this is the last time I'm gonna address it. I'm all about action. Now, mother did confide in me, her refrigerator was broke. I will be the first one to say, I will put up 150. Can you match me? Can you match me? I could count it out right now. 150. Right now. Sorry, my allergies. You see, my nose is running in but this all that raw. Let's do some action. Can you match me right now with 150 to get mother a refrigerator? If that is the case, if it's still broke, can you match me? Like, come on, what are we doing? Arguing about who was there, who was. The point is, who is there now? And who's going to speak up for her now? That's the point. The point is, she's getting up in age. And she needs to see all her grandbabies, her children, and great-grandbabies. And the point of me making the video overall is because some of her family is not in California anymore. And they would like to know the truth. Unfortunately, I can't say that they heard the truth. But I know what my eyes saw. And I know what mother confided in me in. And I know what she talked to me about. And as long as I am welcome in her house, and she talks to me, you can't tell me to be quiet on nothing. Okay? Nothing. I have a right to speak out. Of course you was there since you grew up in that house. You grew up in that house. That's why I was coming to you. I'm like, well, dang. She's the oldest out of the cousins. Let me see, she's doing it. Let me see where her mind is when I tell her that. But all I hear is excuses. And then when I did try to conversate, have a decent conversation, it was dismissed. Like, come on now. A hit dog will holler louder than anybody else. A hit dog will holler. And it don't matter if I'm not blood. Blood is in there and they're not doing right by her. What is you saying? Blood is in there. And I'm not going to say everybody not. But I know what I see. I'm not stupid. I don't have to be blood. My kids is. That's what ties me to it. I've been there all along. You wasn't there. And in fact, when my daughter had her baby, I was advised by another cousin to go check up on mother. And that's what I did. And I didn't like what I said. I will be back. When I told mother I will be back, I was driving my way to Sac and did not know my car was going to break down in Sacramento. I meant what I say. I stand 10 toes down. I'm not apologizing. I'm not taking nothing back. I said it. I did the video. You're talking about, I haven't even addressed. Why haven't you? Why haven't you? Why haven't you addressed that? Isn't 89th a part of your past? You can't go forward without the past, right? Matter of fact, you should be talking about her more. If you're going to go back and tell your story, she was a part of your story. A big part. A big part. And played a big role in your life. As she did for everybody else. So Why black people always want to shoot the messenger and not hear the message? Like, oh my God, you mad at me for bringing it to the forefront, but not mad at the people who is in there who's making it that way. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. It's just to cover up the people that's in there. That's not right. So, my proposal still as it stands. We can make a date. Soon as I get a vehicle, I will be out there to help. Soon as I get a vehicle, I don't know when. That's up to God's timing. I don't know when, but as soon as I do, I will be out there. But yes, we're going to need help. We're going to need a lot of help. Because it's a 5-bedroom house. We're going to need a lot. Yes, I'm calling people. It's been people that stayed with mother, that was married into the family. It was people that she took in off the street that brought things to her house and didn't give a F about it. Just left. Like, not on my watch. Not on my watch. And like I said, mother knew it was going to get out the way it was supposed to get out. That's why she confided in me. Nothing happens just on sheer luck. Everything happens on purpose. And for you to put that out there and be messy and send it to the family, that's why I don't fuck with you now. And I was on the path of we can reconcile it, but since you did this punk ass move, it ain't shit to talk about. Because I was hella messy. If you had something to say, you don't about it. You don't send it out like it's messy. You address me. But narcissists like to get a gang of people on their side so they won't feel alone. She just did a narcissist move right there. And that's why I don't fuck with you. And that's why I'm going to stay not fucking with you. Until you can prove me otherwise, you didn't do that out of mess, then all bets are off the table. I don't have nothing to say to you tomorrow. That's what we were going to talk about. We were going to talk about the video and my concerns addressing you, not the whole 89. But I don't care if it got out because I made that video long time ago so it could go out. I just wish it would have been addressed when I made it. Not right now. But fuck it. Anybody else have something to say? Say it. Say it. How about let's pick a date, everybody? When, we know everybody is together. Pick a day and we all go over there and help her with her house. How about that? How about that? How about we do that? See, I'm coming from a place of, my allergies. Anyway, I'm coming from a place of sincerity. I'm not coming from a place of mess. I didn't put that out there to be messy. I put that out there because I was concerned. And I wanted the people to know that's not around her every day, that's out of state, that whatever she's telling you, it's not true. I saw it from my own eyes, and it's not true. She don't like it like that. She don't want it that way. She wants help, but I think she wants the help to, when it really does, we do get together and help, it be permanent. So it won't go back the way it was. She should be spending her last years peacefully in her home, in her room with her feet kicked up, worried about nothing. House straight, and she ain't got to worry about nothing. That's what she should be. That's what type of time I'm on. And my mother-in-law is too, and anybody else who got sense is too. I fear no one. Honey, I done died and came back. Okay? I fear nobody but God. And baby, when God tell me to move, I move. Okay? Because like I said, cleanliness is holiness. It's next to God. How can God get in that house when it's all cramped up, dark, and he can't? The only place he is residing is in mother room over mother. The other rest of the house is dark, depressing, dark. They don't open the windows or nothing. The curtains to let sunlight through or nothing. Like, what are we doing? You said you just was out there last week. So you telling me you didn't see nothing wrong with the situation? Nothing is wrong? I hope and pray and hope like everything is cool and we don't have to come. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's the case, well, she is letting these people stay. It's nothing we can do. And you can sleep at night? It's nothing you can do. There's a lot of stuff you can do. And see, I get the backlash because I'm calling it out. You notice how everybody that calls out something that's in the dark and call it to the light, the demons hate the person who outed, outed the demons. Not the situation at hand, the messenger. They want to attack, not the message. They want to attack the messenger. Oh, well, like I said, anything I could say once, I could say twice. Anything I said, I'm standing 10 toes down. Okay? On it, not retracting, not backtracking, none of that. I meant what I said. And so for my part, when I get my car, I'm bringing my family out there and we're going to do our part. But we are going to need help. We are. That's just a given. We are. And if my mother-in-law wants to come out here to visit her mother, she can and help her in any way she can. It's her mother. You're her grandchild. That's her mother. At the end of the day. And like I said, you don't care about your cousin. How do you care about him? I mean, you talking mess about me on social media. I didn't address nobody's names. So a hit dog will holler. On social media, my daughter and my other son has social media run across over here. You think they want to hear that? You think their father will be proud that you talking like this about his baby's mom? And let's be straight. And let's get it clear now. Even though I did do what I did, I ain't never got my kids taken. Never. Okay? So, yeah, I did what I did, but I wasn't never so far gone. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take care of my kids. That's one thing nobody can say. I took care of them kids after he passed. Damn good, too. I'm not the best on the choices I was given, but I did the best I can. And all three of them is still living, and all three of them is not in jail and doing the best they can as well. But like I said, my daughter has social media. Her father. So how you respect him talking mess about her father's mother? That doesn't even, like, who does that? It hits differently when it's a baby's mom. It was your cousin, and he was my fiance. It hits differently. Until you lose a child's father, which I don't know, you probably have, you wouldn't know that pain. It hits different. I'm not ashamed of my past. So outing me and what I did, that's not a flex. I can tell my past all day. Actually, that's my reward. God said, my past is my testimony. I'm never ashamed of that. He brought me through. So you can never flex on me with that. Anyway, like I said, I didn't like what I saw. Mother confided she didn't like how she was feeling. And like I said, it didn't feel right with my spirit. And God told me what I needed to do. You have a problem with it. If anybody, take it up with the Lord. Because that's who I answer to. I don't answer to man. I don't answer to nobody but him. And if it was on my spirit, it didn't sit right, I couldn't go to sleep at night with that being on my spirit like that. I don't know how you can. That's very selfish. She liked it like she tells her, even if she did say she liked it like that, you in your right mind, in your God-given right mind, know it's wrong. Even if she did say that. She said that to me too. But guess what? She also said she would like my help. And I could come over anytime I want to and help her. So like I said, I'm going to get my mother-in-law's ticket. If anybody want to help with that, you can. Since everybody got so much to say, you can help with that. Get her out here. But if you don't, I will do it. Okay? And then second of all, when I get my vehicle where we all can just go and ride over there all together, we will be over there helping as much as we can. She ain't gotta buy nothing. Trash bags, whatever. I got it. Would anybody like to chip in on that? Third of all, if the refrigerator is still broken, I have 150 I can put up right now. Do anybody want to chip in on that? Right. So until we can get a time and a date where we can send it out, and everybody that has been on 89th, when it was cool and everybody was having fun, need to come and check on mother. You darn right I said that. Because if you could pull up in the partying days when we was young and party right there in the middle of the street, you could pull up and check on her now. And you can see for yourself. I have nothing to lie about. And if I was lying, if I was stretching at you, why are you so mad about it? Like, because you know I'm not lying. Because I hit dog wild, you know I'm not lying. You're embarrassed. You're embarrassed. Because it is the way it is, and nobody can get it under control. Just say that. Just say that. You have my number. Like I said, if you want to talk after this video, I dropped this video, we can still talk. But I said all I need to say. I said all I needed to say. So anyway, enough about that. Like I said, whoever dropped that and gave them that video as being messy and without even looking, if you didn't even look at it, that's ignorant. How you gonna respond to a video? You don't even know what I said. You just popping out at the mouth because a family member said I was talking stuff about 89. That's so, you just let the enemy keep using you and you're saying that you're trying to work on it, but are you? Are you? A woman of God of discernment ain't just gonna pop off without knowing all the facts. They're gonna get the details and all that before they even come say anything. Because that's what he teaches. That's in his word. Knowledge is power, wisdom, discernment. Okay? Discernment. His glory in his discernment is power. And he has gave me my discernment. And I know how to read situations without even having to talk to nobody. That's the gift he gave me. Like I said, it wasn't meant for mess. It was meant for the two individuals I made it for. I just dropped that because it was in my spirit and I was mad about the situation. So when I titled that, it wasn't addressing to her. It was addressing to the other two fake ass people. That is a friend and a family. But you wouldn't know that because you didn't watch the video. Just talking. Just talking. People have my number. You obviously have my Facebook. But see, I'm not about all that talk. I could talk to the wheels fall off. I'm about action. And I volunteer myself and my services to be the first one to step up. Other people have stepped up. I'm not addressing them. I know what they did. And they know I know what they did. And no, I'm not addressing them. But a hit dog will holler because I came to you first. And if you would have just had to listen to me about the situation, that video would have been dropped by the other two, but I never would have made a video of no, you know what? I take that back. I would have still made the video. Because like I said, God told me I had to make the video. Speak out and spare not. He said, remember, they first hated me. So if they hate on you, they first hated me. Who can be against you when I am with you? Who? He said, I'm with you. The great I am, I'm with you. Who can be against you? My chosen one. See, I got God on my side. I don't need man. I don't need nobody validation. I don't need nothing. I got him. And one thing you do not play with is lying on God. And I speak truth to everything I say. I'm not going to stop now. I ain't never been quiet for nobody. The truth will always come out with me. If you don't want something to be, don't show me. Because it's always going to come out with me. I ain't never been the type to back down or let somebody intimidate me to say anything to scare me off to not saying nothing. That ain't never been me. So, like I said, if we want to do this, we can do this. If you don't want to do it with me, that's fine too. I will do it by myself. But all that rah, you should want all that you said in the video. You should be the first one there. With your kids really willing and ready to do anything. The first one. But we'll see. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to come back with another video. I want to talk on some topics like what's happening, what Trump is doing with housing. Everybody about to be homeless. Everybody. That has Section 8. So I want to address that. I also want to address the story about the Anthony, what is it? the McClellan family and um, Carmelo Anthony story. I want to give you guys my take on it. I want to give you guys how I feel about it, and how I feel that it was self-defense, and how I stand 10 toes down with that. You know, so yeah, stay tuned for that. My other family, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It will be more videos dropping. I'm not about to address this again. I'm not going back and forth. You make a video, I make a video. No, this is my last time addressing it. And like I said, if we all that rah, we care about mother so much and mother's my grand. First of all, she's not just your grandmother. Like, you call me delusional, are you? She's not just your grandmother. She's not. So, like I said, since you're so rah about it, you should be the first one in there. I'm going to speak to my mother-in-law one more time to see if she's willing to come back out here with my child. She can stay with me if she wants to, or she can stay on 89. Or somebody can offer her too to stay with them, since they never do every time she's out here. Anyway, if you want to know what you know what I'm saying, if you want to know, go talk to your auntie, which is my mother-in-law. Go talk to her. She knows the whole story. That's why she want to come back out here. I don't blame her. Go talk to her and see how because she's upset too. So are you mad at her too? She's upset. Rightfully so. Because mother has done too much for her to be in that situation where she's depressed in her room and don't want to come out because her house is cluttered. That ain't right. And I'm going to speak out it every time if I see it. But I'm also going to do something about it too. That's all I can do. Like I said, if y'all want to pick we all come together and brainstorm, pick a date where everybody can come out, time. I'm thinking the weekend would be perfect. Since everybody, I don't know everybody's work schedule, but most of everybody don't work on weekends. So I'm thinking like a Saturday or Sunday. But we're going to need help, definitely. It's a 5-bedroom house filled with, things that need to go to Oakland. Waste. We need a lot of help. I don't mind doing that. And like I said, if y'all mad at me for speaking the truth, take it up with God, because God is the truth. He is. He's the truth, way, and the light. What? I'm not going to sit here and cover other people in the house because they family. No, I won't. I'm saying what mother said out of her own mouth to me. See, she know I don't have ties like that. Like, I'm not I'm not blood, but my kids is. So she confided in me because she knew that I would see past the bullshit, oh, family, and I would speak on it and it'd get out. That's what she did, though. That's why she told me. Because I'm not the one that said, yeah, I don't want to talk, everything is fine, but no, no. No, everything is not. No, that's a lie from the pit of hell. Shame the devil. Everything is not. And I'm going to be the one to tell it. Because it ain't right. Well, what if it get into the wrong hands and somebody... Well, that's even more reason to go over there and do something about it. Right? But I'm not giving out names and address. So how it's going to fall into the wrong hands? Like, your reasoning is still don't justify. It don't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. I shouldn't be this mad. I shouldn't be this upset. You're right. You are her, the granddaughter. You should be on the same page as me. Even matter. But since you feel like you can't do nothing about it, and you feel like that's how mother wanted, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with everybody. She's depressed. She don't want to hurt people's feelings, even though they hurting hers, even though they neglecting her. She still got mercy for them. She should be sipping champagne with her feet up. Not worrying about nothing in her last years. Nothing. So yeah. And I'm going to keep talking until something gets done. Even if I got to come and, like I said, bring people, I'll be the first one to step up. Can I say the same for others? I know I can say the same about some of her kids and grandkids. But when I tried to address you, you dismissed me. So I don't want to hear all that rah-rah. I tried to come to you first. Anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. This video has been long enough. The person that put it out there that made it be messy, I'm done with you. Because that wasn't right. That was for you. I was addressing you, and I dropped the video to you so you can hear why I'm upset with you. It didn't have nothing to do with 89 and you dropping that video to others. That was messy, out of pocket, and I will continue to not fuck with you. You doing shit like that. My daughter, she's grown. She'll see, but she's grown. She can mess with anybody she wants. But I'm letting her know that was a messy move. You started all this just because you didn't want to be called out by yourself. That's a cowardly move. Just because you didn't want to confront me yourself, you wanted to have a gang of people mad at me. That's fine. And I'm still gonna say what I like. You got her, pumped her head all up, rah, 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 knowing that was wrong, knowing that she probably gonna jump to conclusions and not listen to the video and just do a video out of response, out of mess. And you too old to be doing that. Ain't you tired of people using you for their motive? Ain't you tired of that? Getting you all upset so you can be like you're checking someone? When all it was their agenda to do that because they couldn't say what was ever on their fucking mind. And you fall right for it. Congratulations. All right, y'all. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, share the video. I'm out.